Welcome back with Big Z Sports' two-a-day segments as we have made our way to Malvern. We're covering the Malvern Hornets with this two-a-day segment brought to you by Kishman's IGA, locations in Minerva and Malvern. The Malvern Hornets, Shannon Thomas, a team that plenty of people know from this area who are going to be a force to be reckoned with this year, bring back a lot of talent from last year, and after a great performance that they had, you know, a lot of eyes are going to be on the Hornets for this season.
Yeah, you got to realize they're bringing back their quarterback who has started for them the last couple of years. They got that high-power offense, and a lot of people are expecting a lot of big things as they're bringing back a lot of talent.
Well, they certainly did not skimp on the schedule either. We know, obviously, playing in the IVC, that makes things difficult, but they added some really tough games for their out-of-conference slate as well. And what's the old adage, iron sharpens iron? You want to play that top-tier competition if you want to be great.
Yeah, right now with the way the playoffs are set up and with 12 teams making it, you go ahead and you drop off somebody that might be a little weaker, and you pick up a powerhouse, and they did for Week 5, and that's going to be a great game.
Certainly will be a great game. Well, let's find out what head coach Matt Chiurco has to say about his Malvern Hornets this year. Two-a-days are here in Malvern with Big Z Sports as we are bringing you the update on the Hornets during this offseason. Head coach Matt Chiurco. Coach, obviously, you know, we are right in the midst of it now, right in the thick of it, so to speak, for the offseason work right before the season. How's everybody feeling? Seems like you got a lot of good energy. Everybody seems to be happy to be here.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty happy with where we are right now. You know, for the most part, we have a veteran group back, even though we lost eight good seniors. We have a good nucleus coming back, and we got to, add in a couple new kids as well.
And when I wanted to bring that up about adding in those new kids, could be potential new wrinkles on the offense, maybe.
Yeah, I think we're going to be, a little bit more open, run a lot more stuff spread-wise and whatnot. So I think there's a lot of wrinkles that we can add in just with the kind of athletes and receivers and running backs that we have. So we're trying to get a little creative.
Now, you guys have something that some people or some teams would definitely wish they could have, but that is the returning of a multi-year starter in terms of a quarterback in Jared Withrow. I know that has to give a lot of comfort whenever it comes to installing the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It makes things a lot easier just knowing that, you have Jared there. And he's going to be a 3-year starter. By the time, the season's over, his career's over, he's probably going to have quite a few career records. So, excited to see. He had huge growth from his sophomore to junior year, and especially decision making, and kind of excited to see what he can do his senior year.
Now, on the other side of the ball, I mean, we've been talking pretty much all offense, but the Malvern defense, you guys had some very good performances last year. I know there were areas that you said you wanted to work on during the offseason, and you lose some of your players out of the secondary, but you still bring back a Rodney Smith, and you still have a Jared Withrow who could play back there at safety. How are you guys feeling how your defense is going to shape up?
We really like our secondary. We think we have a lot of guys. We like our linebackers. We think there's a lot of speed there. Our biggest question marks really coming in were kind of our defensive line and our offensive line, just because we had, 3 seniors up front last year that really led the way. But so far, we're happy with what we got. We think we got a good rotation going, and we'll see how things pan out.
And certainly it was a great season for Malvern last year, but I know you guys are always looking to take that extra step, to do a little bit more, to find even more success. Were there any talking points from last year that you guys have been really focusing on during this offseason to try to get better at?
Yeah, I think, just not trying to have the little mistakes and stuff, and trying to, especially right now early on, just controlling things that we can control, and that's just taking care of ourselves, getting better. Developing a higher football IQ, knowing situations and things like that, and that's stuff that we kind of preach on, as the practices start and as the season goes on, putting them in those kind of real life game situations.
And finally for you, Coach, we know that sometimes the two-a-days can drag on for teams, and we know it's sometimes hard to keep the kids really wanting to get up out of bed and get moving. Have you really had to do that with this team at all, though? I know you got so many players back. I'm assuming that the excitement is there.
No, I mean, as far as our older guys go, no, because they know what to expect, and they know they better be here. Sometimes our younger kids can be a bit of a grind to get here at times, but usually it's just kind of that way. Once school starts, it's a lot easier. But early on, you do have some struggles, especially with the younger kids.
It's all about that learning experience for him. Well, Head Coach Matt Chiurco for the Malvern Hornets, and of course the Malvern Two-A-Days brought to you by Kishman's IGA in Malvern and Minerva. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Head Coach Matt Chiurco for the Malvern Hornets. Of course, their two-a-day segments brought to you by Kishman's IGA, locations in Minerva and Malvern. Be sure to check them out and check out this Malvern Hornets team this year. I think there's going to be a lot of confidence behind this unit, but there might be confidence in the offseason, but you still have to have that product on the field that goes to work to make it happen.
Yeah, the coaching staff here, they're excited to get this season going, you know, defend their IVC title and see what they can do in that non-conference schedule.
We'll see how those returning offensive and defensive players shape out for the Hornets. Of course, you can be sure to stay up to date with all of the Malvern scores and all the games that we have as well on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel and on all of our social media platforms. For another two-a-day segment, this is Big Z Sports. Shannon Thomas, Nick McWilliams. We'll be back at a high school again near you soon.